Friends, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. For this Shabbos, we will begin reading the fifth book of the Torah, Devarim, the portion of Devarim, and straight from Shabbos, we go into Tisha B'Av, the saddest day of the year, which at the same time is the day that not only was the temple destroyed, but it says Mashiach was born. As everything in this world is only for the good, every move backward is only really the first part of a great step forward. And we play that role to bring Mashiach, and let us hope and pray that even before this Tisha B'Av, we will have Mashiach and the third temple. We'll all be there together celebrating in the temple. So it's very fascinating in this week's portion where Moshe starts off by rebuking the Jewish people in a very respectful way, hinting to things that they had done without openly embarrassing them for what had happened over the 40 years in the desert, some of the terrible rebellions, etc., that they had staged against Hashem. But Moshe uses the word Eicha esa levadi. How can I carry alone your burden? Now it's very interesting that the first word of what we read on Tisha B'Av at night and in the morning, which is Megillas Eicha, the Megillah of Eicha from Jeremiah, talks about, laments about the destruction of the temple and how Israel, Jerusalem became desolate. And it begins, Eicha Yashav Adad, how the city sits lonely. The once bustling city full of life, the center of the world, the center of Jewish life, the center of connection to Hashem, is lonely and desolate. Now it's interesting that the word Eicha is used, is how. But Eicha, I believe, is also connected to another word that has the same letters, Ayeka. In the beginning of the Torah, when Adam and Eve sinned, and Hashem approaches them to talk about what they had done in their first sin, the first sin of humanity. And Hashem asks, before he even says anything, Ayeka, where are you? And we know the famous story of the Alter Rebbe when he was sitting in prison. And many of the ministers heard that he was a great man, a very learned man, a holy man, and they went to visit him, and the education minister came and wanted an explanation of why Hashem is asking Adam, Ayeka, where are you? And God knows everything. And though initially didn't accept the Alter Rebbe's answer from Rashi, the Alter Rebbe gave him an answer which he accepted very much, and this was one of the many encounters which convinced them that they're sitting in front of a great man. And he said, God asked Adam, you just sinned, you just made a major mark in changing your life. A momentary action didn't just count as an action, but it changed, it shifted who you are. And Ayeka, have you started to figure out where you are today? What is going on with you? Where are you holding? And the Alter Rebbe went on to say that this is a question Hashem asks all of us all the time. Where are you? Where are you holding? We're very busy living life, but life has a purpose, a mission. Where are we holding? We have to take stock every once in a while to see where we're at, and if we're going in the right direction, and how we can change to go back in the right direction. Ayeka is a very important question we must ask ourselves, or God is asking of us, to help us fulfill our mission and our goal here in this world. And perhaps this is why the word Eicha is used, because an Eicha means, and how it happened is because we missed Ayeka. We stopped asking ourselves where we're holding. We just continue moving on and don't reflect if we're going in the right direction or if things are moving in the way they're supposed to. So as we come to Tisha B'Av ourselves and the Shabbos before Tisha B'Av, which we have to be in very great joy, because when we ask ourselves Ayeka, we know where we have to head. And if we have the right attitude, we will overcome. And anything that brought about the destruction of the temple, mostly we're told the second temple is for baseless hatred between Jews, is extend yourselves in Avas Yisrael, in love of a fellow Jew. Reach out, Love them without any reason except because they're your brother and sister. And show that love in a very real way. And when we realize Ayeka will cancel the Eicha, and then God will bring us Mashiach and all the blessings. May it happen quickly in our days. So I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom. God bless you all. We love you. Candlelighting time in Montreal this Friday, 8:04 p.m.